Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 2P Press Start. I'm your host, GiantKiller, and today we're proud to present episode 24 of our top 5 Hearthstone Plays of the week. Now let's get right into the action with number 5. Our number 5 play this week was a submission from Sam D, and it features Day 9 running an OTK Priest deck up against All-Stars on Aggro Hunter in some ranked action. And as the play begins, Day 9 is behind on life and facing a difficult decision, because if he casts his Circle of Healing, he risks overfilling his hand and burning the inner fire that he needs to win. But he decides to go all in instead, dropping a Wild Pyromancer first to make some extra room in his hand, then playing the Circle of Healing to trigger his Northshire Cleric 3 times, drawing him 3 cards. Luckily, Day 9 ends up grabbing his Inner Fire with his second card draw before burning his third draw. Day 9 proceeds to buff up his injured Blade Master with back-to-back Divine Spirits, then makes it a face-cleaving 22-22 with Inner Fire before swinging in for exact lethal. This week's number 4 play was a submission from Adam B and others, and it features Amaz on Priest up against Arcader on Control Warrior in some ranked play. And after a long and grueling control versus control matchup, both players are out of cards and taking fatigue damage, and Amaz is facing potential lethal next turn from an enraged and Taskmaster buffed Grommash. But, in one of our series' favorite maneuvers, Amaz's Sylvanas steps up again to take one for the team. After Amaz kills off the Taskmaster with a Shadow Word Pain and swings in for 5 points of damage with Sylvanas, he kills off his own Sylvanas with a Shadow Word Death, swiping Grommash for himself. He then proceeds to swing in for 12 points of damage with Grommash and passes the turn over to Arcader to let the compulsory card draw finish him off with fatigue damage for the win. And if clips 4 and 5 weren't enough Priest action for you, our number 3 clip this week was a submission from Dario C, and it features Dario on Priest up against Brain Rage on Priest in some more Priest on Priest action. And Brain Rage has secured a commanding lead in this game in life, in cards, and board presence, but now he's out of cards in deck thanks to his 2 Northshire Clerics in play. And Dario's about to show Brain Rage why you never go full Northshire. He starts with a Holy Nova to damage all 5 of Brain Rage's minions, then heals them all with a Circle of Healing, forcing Brain Rage to draw 10 cards and take so much fatigue damage that it temporarily breaks the internet. A bit of reconnecting and 85 fatigue damage later, Dario scores himself a win. This week's number 2 clip was a submission from Datalol, and it features Datalol on Rogue up against Clydal on Zoo Warlock in some high-level ranked action. And as we join this play, Datalol's found himself in a really tight spot with only 5 life, no minions in play, and facing down a massive board from Clydal. It's pretty clear that if he's going to win, he's going to have to do it right now. And Datalol decides to use his Cold Light Oracle as a slimy, scaly shovel to dig for answers. He starts by playing the Murloc, then Shadow Steps it back to his hand, recasts it, Shadow Steps it again, and then recasts the Miracle Murloc a 3rd time, drawing him a total of 6 cards. He then drops a Deadly Poison on his dagger to clear out the taunting Flame Imp, and plays his Leroy Jenkins, followed by not 1 but 2 Preparation Cold Bloods, buffing Leroy up to 14 attack power and allowing Datalol to swing in for a miraculous comeback win. And our number 1 clip this week was a submission from MorkFTW, and it features Otter on Freeze Mage up against Tides of Time on Miracle Rogue in a top 100 Legends showdown play. Late in the game, Otter's hopes for victory are starting to flounder, as he's down to just 1 life and an ice block, and that's all that's standing between him and defeat. But rather than give up, Otter decides to tackle this problem from a different angle. You'll notice Otter is purposely avoiding killing off Tides' Gadgetzan Auctioneer. That's because you can't see it, but Tides is down to 1 card left in his deck. Otter starts out by sacrificing his Acolyte of Pain, which lets him draw the Frost Nova he'll need to lock Tides' minions in place, and Otter follows that up by casting an Ice Bolt and Ice Lance to keep Tides from swinging with his dagger. Tides takes the bait and triggers the Ice Block with a Blade Flurry, and the resulting card draw triggers his first fatigue damage. On Otter's turn, he blasts Tides for 13 damage with back-to-back Fireballs and a Fire Blast, and passes the turn, where Tides gets trawled by Nat Pegel, who catches Tides a card draw for 2 fatigue damage, followed by 3 more fatigue damage from the compulsory card draw, proving that the Nat Pegel fishing win is real. And after all the negative press we got after bad-mouthing the worst knife juggler ever last week, including that cease and desist order from the Lollipop Guild, this week we're going to give the little guy a chance to redeem himself in a clip we're calling the best knife juggler ever. This clip was a submission from Margaret B, and it features Trump in a Zoo mirror match up against Business Slot in some ranked action, and he's about to be saved from certain doom by the best knife juggler ever. And while this clip is running, it's time once again to talk about the series. First of all, as always, thank you so much for watching our Top 5 show and for all of your supportive comments and feedback. We absolutely couldn't do this without all of you, so thanks so much for making this so much fun to do. Of course, we're always looking for more great Hearthstone plays to showcase on the series, so if you're interested in submitting a play, stop by 2ppressstart.com and hit the Submit a Play link on the right side for instructions on how to submit a play into the running for next week's episode. And finally, if you enjoy our shows and want to help 2P Press Start grow, please click on that subscribe button and join the always growing and always awesome 2P Press Start family, and we'll keep bringing you more great Hearthstone content right here on 2P Press Start.